Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Kimonica and my channel focuses on weight loss content as well as lifestyle content. If you think that would be something you would be interested in, please be sure to subscribe before you go. So y'all, this is my reaction to episode 3 of 1,000 Pound Roomies. I have really been enjoying watching this journey. So let's go ahead and jump in. But before we jump in, you guys, really quick, be sure that you are engaging with the content just to help your girl out a little bit. YouTube also has a new hype button. It's free. It's just you clicking on the button. It's right up on the video. I think you have to scroll over a little bit. You see hype. Just hype it up a little bit. Put your girl in the algorithm. I am changing my niche just a bit. Even though this is weight loss content, it is reaction content. So I'm at the bottom of the totem pole right now because I am kind of changing my niche a little bit with my channel, which we will talk about in my next vlog. But be sure to hype the video up, like, subscribe. All those things are absolutely free. And also, if you like my content and if you want to know when these videos go up, be sure to, when you subscribe to all the content so that you get notifications, of course. So really quick, I did want to tell y'all, for the people that want to know, I'm not going to dive too tough into this because I know most of us, we be online, we know about copyright and all of that. So to touch on the copyright issue, I know most of us understand how all of that works, so I know I don't have to dive too much into this, but just like music, TV shows, all of them have copyright on their content, which is only fair, right? So whenever anyone does a reaction to any of those shows, unless they got pre-authorization, you got to probably be big on YouTube for that. But unless you have pre-authorization, as soon as you post a video up on YouTube from like a TV show, you got music playing, it's monetized, your video is banned immediately. And then they give you the option to go through an appeal. You have to send it in and then you have to wait for it to be approved or denied. If it's denied, you get a copyright strike. If you get 2 or 3 copyright strikes, they delete your channel. I'm sure there's a bunch of nuances in there, but that's a pretty big deal. Even everybody that I won't say everybody, again, some YouTubers are really big. They don't have to go through that. But even the YouTubers that get 200 and 300 and 400,000 subscribers on their channels per video, they still have to go through that. And I want to say this, a shout out to Momo Gone Bad. She was amazing. Like, oh my God, we do completely different reaction. We have completely different, I think we have completely different reaction styles, but it doesn't even matter, right? I checked out her channel. I was like, oh, she's reacting. I watched a little bit of her content and I emailed her and I was like, how are you getting your videos approved? And she told me, and when I tell you, I was like, I emailed her, she responded, email, details telling me what to do if I really wanted to go into this, if I really wanted to do this. This is a second job, y'all, but if you really wanted to do it, she broke it down. So I just want to say shout out to her. That is amazing. Yeah, I normally never reach out to YouTubers because back in the day when I used to, they never responded or it just wasn't a good experience. I don't think I've ever had a good experience with a YouTuber until her. So I just want to say shout out to her because honestly, you guys, I had kind of gave up. I had uploaded, edited all of that 3 or 4 times, and then my boo was like, reach out to her, someone. He was like, reach out to someone that does those type of videos, and I did, and she helped me out. And no matter what, if my videos get banned or get strike, I hope they don't. No matter what, she told me everything to do, and it at least worked. You know, the first video. So I love that so much. So thank you so very much for that. And again, you guys, you know, if you like reaction videos, go check her out. We do very different commentary, I think, but I don't know, that might be your vibe as well. We all have, you know, different parts of our personality. So now that I'm done with that rambling, I'm gonna have to put a time step onto this one, y'all. The next couple of videos, I'm gonna just do my intro and jump on in. I'm going to try to go ahead and do at least 3 episodes, 2 to 3. It's according to how, because I'm losing my voice already, and I just started. It's according to how tired I get, but I do want to do at least 2 of these, and then I think I'm gonna jump over to Dangerously Obese, and then I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna try to do all this today. All right, so where we left off, so I have my iPad in front of me. Where we left off at the last episode, if I can recall correctly, Jazz's grandmother said, no, not my baby. No, she said no, y'all, to surgery. So we is at Granny house. So we gonna pick up from there. And one thing that I want to do, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Well, I don't know if y'all will be interested in doing it this season or next season or the final episode or something, but I would love to go live and like watch maybe the first episode of next season or something like that with you guys. I think that would be fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on in.
Don't cry. Stop, okay? I'm going to be there for you whichever way you go, okay? I love you.
If something happened to her and I told her to go ahead and do it, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. That's my thinking. That's the way I was thinking. But I may be wrong now because they have perfected that stuff. Now, I mean, they're giving those surgeries left and right. So Granny's gonna say, yes. You go ahead, baby. And I'm gonna put it in the hands of the Lord.
So like I said, we opened up at Granny's house and they were still talking about Jazz getting the weight loss surgery. Jazz is trying to get approval from her family. So her mom was one of the first people to step up and say, yes, you know, go ahead. I'm gonna support you 100%. Pretty much. And then Granny sat back and, you know, Granny talked it out, thought it out. You know, she's saying that, you know, before she would have absolutely said no, but considering with new technology and the fact that they're doing this surgery all the time, she feels a little bit more comfortable with Jazz having this surgery. You know, and I think she reacts like a lot of grandmas.
If it didn't affect her health, she could get big as this house. I wouldn't care. But it's making Jazz depressed and stuff. I don't like that.
And a lot of parents be like, she's like, girl, I wouldn't care if you got big as this house. If that makes you happy, that makes you happy. You know, of course, that's unhealthy. But I think that's the reaction of a loved one. Like, I don't care, like, how big you get. I just don't want you to have, you know, a surgery, right? And so that's what her granny was saying. But her granny, you know, went ahead and said, yes, you can go ahead with new technology. I'm going to trust it. And I don't want you to be depressed. So go ahead and have the surgery. So that made Jazz happy. And I'm happy for her. I truly do. I am truly curious, though, if they said no, would she have went ahead and went through with it? What y'all think? I am on the side that she would have went ahead and went through with it, even if her grandmama and mom said no. And I could be wrong, but we will never know. Also, you know, her mom, as her mom was talking to her and was like, you know, I'm gonna support you with whatever you do, but go ahead and eat some food before you have surgery.
All right, now eat some food before you get the surgery.
You know, that's our culture, right? I understand eating. We go to a funeral, we eat, right? Wedding, eat. Every event, eat. Graduation, eat. Baby, eat. After baby, eat. Somebody went in the hospital, eat. I understand food is our culture. I just wish that it wasn't, but it was. Like, I wish there was a balance, right? I wish that, I love food, right? But I just wish that when we as a people see a problem, the solution is not food. It's just not food. If she's already trying to lose weight, why are you telling her eat, 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 eat? She literally already told you that she can't really eat that much because of the medicine. A lot of us have, and again, I don't like to push it off on other people, but I would say especially childhood obesity. We know it stems from the household. It's just, I hate that we've always, so many of us have pacified life with food. I don't know. I just hate that. I think that food is healing, but food is not always the solution. I just had to play that because based on this little scene right here, it looks like they're finna be making whatever made her make that face at the first episode. Why were they showing people eating and cooking and grilling out? The transitions, I don't get them. But let's continue. Let me stop. I do get them. I do get them. They basing everything around food, gluttony, more food, people eating, even if they're not eating, people eating. I get it.
Even though the shot has reduced my appetite and I am losing weight, my knee pain is so bad and it's getting worse and worse. I just need to, if I could just twist 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Lord. Lord, that's it. I thought when you lose weight, you supposed to get better. That you supposed to have your body banging and your body's supposed to be extra. Why the am I handicapped? God damn.
So Jazz is saying that she's losing weight, and I see her walking down the hall and she's limping a bit, but she is way more mobile. I don't know why I'm looking right there. She is way more mobile than I've seen her in the first couple episodes, but she also went on to say that she's handicapped now. And her I guess her knee is hurting, her bones is hurting. That's very, very interesting. I wonder if that's a side effect of Ozempic. Hold on, let me Google. Let's go to the Googles. Matter of fact, let's just chat. Let's just X chat. Let's X chat. Let's see. Hey chat, is issues with your bones a side effect of Ozempic?
Ozempic, which is semaglutide, generally used for managing type 2 diabetes and sometimes for weight loss, and it's not commonly associated with bone issues as a direct side effect. However, there have been some studies and reports looking at the potential effects on bone density and fracture risk, especially in people who have certain conditions. It's always best to talk to a healthcare provider if you have specific...
Okay, I was wrong. Let's continue.
Supposed to stink a little bit.
No, it don't.
I feel like since you've been on the shot, you don't want to eat nothing. But I feel like there are a lot of ways that you could get nutrients.
It looked like it goes in a diaper.
Why do you look so tired?
So Nesha goes on to, she's making some type of smoothie. It looks like some type of seaweed or sea moss or something. She's mixing up with avocado. It does not look tasty. Whatever it is, the conclusion does not look tasty. So she also talks about how Jazz is not eating. So if you're not eating, even being that big, if you're not eating, you're not getting nutrition, right? I don't know. I'm going back to her bones not, her hurting. maybe I just haven't watched enough weight loss shows like this enough, but I don't think I've ever seen or experienced a consistency of people hurting after they've lost 100 or 200 pounds. Like, they're normally better, right? So I'm wondering, like, if her not eating is causing her to hurt. I don't know. I guess we shall find out.
When we do end up finding a bed, our handyman Joel could put it together.
Oh, God. Y'all been dealing with each other for a while now. Why aren't you saying you're in a relationship?
It's like, I love him. You know, we're friends before anything. In the beginning, I feel like maybe it was my way because I am the biggest girl he's ever been with. But now I'm like, no, it's absolutely not my way. It's him. It's him.
Okay, so you like big girls.
Yeah. My way has never stopped me from getting some. That's so nasty. I just don't think that he's ready for anything. And I'm not ready for anything either. That's why it's like, it's been working for us for so long. I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I just don't.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so as Niche is making this smoothie, she gets on the subject of Joel. So, like, all I can do is kind of dissect what I see, right? What I hear. And y'all, most of my friends, as y'all know, throughout my life have been BBWs. I've lived the experience that Niche is living. I've seen most of them live this experience. So, I'm only giving my views and opinions on a lived experience, what I see and what I think, right? So, I'm going to go with what she said. She says she's comfortable. She's okay with where she's at. She also went on to talk about she doesn't think, she thought it was her. She thought that it was because of her weight that Joel was not committing or not trying to, you know, be in a committed relationship. But she realized that it's not her weight. It is just him. I don't think she quite knows what it is. Right? But I will say this, and I'm going to double down on what I said in the last episode. Niche is not Joel's one. She's not his forever. She's not his person. She is a woman that he is sleeping with, and he is sleeping with several other women, right? And when he come across his one, Niche is going to be a afterthought. She is going to, several years down the line, she's just going to be a woman that he slept with as a pastime, right? And that's how I feel. And that is unfortunate. But that is how I feel, and that's how I see situations like that. And to be honest, I don't think that Joel is Niche person. Like, I don't know. Let's continue to watch. She smiles when she talks about him, but I don't see in love there. Sometimes we just want to get cracked, right? And until we find our person, we just get cracked. And maybe that's what him and her doing. I think that's what him and her doing. What y'all think? And I will also say this. I do think that Joel is into plus size women, all of that. I think he's a chubby chaser based on what I've seen. I don't, most men, if you're not attracted to a woman, you don't want to be seen with her. You don't want no association with her. If you're not with her, you're not attracted to her, all of that. This man went on TV to be seen with his boo, with his thing that he smash, okay? So clearly she is his type. It just might be personality might not match. And he just smashing until his forever smash come around.
I feel like Nesha puts her feelings to the back because she feels like if she be really honest feels and what she really wants with Joel, then it'll hurt her feelings.
No, baby.
It's gonna be, ugh. Before I try that, let's weigh ourselves.
I don't want to. I don't really really like to get on the scale because I don't want to be a slave to the scale. Like, I don't want to feel like I got to constantly check in all the time. And did I gain weight? Did I lose weight? I don't.
So Jazz is telling Nisha that they need to weigh in. And once again, Nisha's refusing to participate in all activities that have to do with weight loss. I think at the end of the day, Nisha know that she took all them snacks in her room. She ain't lost a pound. She probably gained weight. That's the reason why she is not getting on that scale.
What is it?
It's like 570.
What's that?
That's like 60 pounds.
60 pounds. Damn. I have 6 weeks left for me to lose 70 pounds, but I'm determined to get this done.
All right, so Jazz got on the scale, y'all, and she's lost 60 pounds. That is amazing, okay? Y'all, I laugh because your girl be over here struggling with these 40 pounds. I have been struggling. And I'm just like, can 2 months old Ozempic just put me back where I was at and just have me maintain it? Like, let me continue. Let me continue, because they might be influencing me badly. Let me continue. So anyway, she got on the scale. She lost 60 pounds. And then she said she had 6 more weeks to hit her goal. So 70 pounds. That is a lot of weight to lose in such a short amount of time. I don't know how healthy that is. No matter how big you are, I just don't know how healthy that is for your heart and your bones. That is a bit concerning. So they went on to talk about if they were strippers.
Nisha doesn't understand that. This is a whole lot of butt.
I don't have no booty. God said no booty for you.
He knew it, because you would have cut up.
I would have been on the pole. What's my stripper name?
I already got mine.
I need some money.
If I ever became a stripper, my name would be Rotisserie.
So she could look like a chicken going around the pole.
So y'all, Jazz went on to talk about if she was a stripper, her name would be Rotisserie. I think that is so funny, and she would probably make bank, y'all. So not to dig off into this too much, y'all know I used to be a part of this big BBW group. We had a huge following of men. I knew that there was a need for like BBW clubs, whether they were like, you know, them just walking around in bikinis, serving food, or strippers, whatever it may be. I wanted to open that type of club so bad back home. When I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, I just ain't had no money. I ain't had none. But there is a need for it, y'all. Maybe need is not the word. There is a want for it, okay? There is a want for it. Just like men love smaller women, men love bigger women, and they will drop that bank. I can't say that's out of the picture. I can't say I'm not. I haven't thought about that job venture in so long, you guys. Can you imagine going somewhere like a Hooters and just surrounded by double D's and big old rump roasts? Sign me up. Yeah, I don't want to ever look like or sound like I'm glorifying overweight. Look at me. I'm all for, my channel is all for weight loss, weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. But if you are heavy, if you're trying to lose weight or not, you got to make money. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
Time to celebrate. Come on. Cheers.
What's with it?
No. Hell should have known.
So this is probably my favorite scene so far. I think I saw this in the beginning of the show when they was talking about, you know, showing scenes of how the whole season would go. And I think they said she mixed sea moss and a whole bunch of other stuff. Whatever it was, I knew it was going to be nasty. I need to be a consultant for this show. Baby, I would have had them some antibiotics, probiotics, so many biotics in that one shot, and it would have been so good with no sugar added, okay? They would have been like, girl, we can lose weight by doing this. Yes, ma'am.
Now I lost my appetite for the rest of the day.
We're here. Do you want to play? I had to help mommy. She's not feeling good.
So baby girl wanted to go to the park. So my girl Niche and her mom, Miss D, is going with me to help me take care of my baby.
Okay, here. Even though we spend a lot of time together, I still hold a lot of resentment towards my mom for raising me in the cult. And I feel like a lot of the times she will like downplay the entire situation. So having Jazz around kind of like lifts the pressure off of me a little bit because, you know, she's like, hey, the daughter that she wants.
Not true.
So Jazz wanted to take her daughter to the park. So Niche, of course, tagged along, and Niche asked her mom to come. I don't know what's that about. Niche made a comment that Jazz is the daughter that her mom actually wants. I don't know what's that about. I've heard a couple of my friends even say that, like, I've heard people say that. I don't know what it is about certain parents. Like, why would you tell your child, oh, I wish you was more like, oh, I wish you act more like, yeah, in my head, my brain is going to automatically say, oh, you wish I was them? Like, I don't know. Comparisons is the death of happiness, okay? And so anyway, Niche mom is concerned just like me about how Jazz is declining. Like, she talked about, you know, her muscles and things like that. So I'm just wondering what's going on. Why is she declining so much?
The last time I saw Jazz, she was more mobile, and now she's having more problems with her knees and her legs. I don't know what the problem or the issue is as to the reason why she's declining so much.
And I am sitting here as I'm watching the show and I'm looking at her eyes. They look so weak. She looks so tired. And I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to hold you. It's like, I wasn't expecting that. So, I don't know. Let's continue. Like, she can't even stand up. Like, look at her at the park. Everywhere she goes, she's just bent over. I talked about that on the scale. But I feel like maybe she's just been bent over most of the show, but the hurting wasn't so bad. That might be what it is. So now the bent over all the time is just being more obvious. But I can only imagine how that sucks. Man. So I have to keep in my mind that I think this confessionals had to have been filmed before everything. I don't know. But the going back and forth with footage, and she's like clearly way smaller, and then we go back, it's throwing my brain a bit. But either way, I don't know if y'all noticed that, but like, it's like the confessionals, she's way heavier than she is in some of the footage, and then in some of the footage she's heavier than she is in the confessionals. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it's throwing me off. So either way, as they're at the park, she's playing with her daughter, everyone's playing with her daughter, but of course she's in the wheelchair.
I have to work on my weight in order to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything with her. What's going on with her? Can I get 1 minute, please? Being stuck in this wheelchair is not how I wanted the day to go. It's not how I wanted life to go. It's supposed to be me running after her, playing with her, chasing her, going down the slide with her, swinging with her. I'm just so mad at myself because I've been so selfish, allowing depression and food and all of that from stopping me from being the mommy that she needs.
So she's in the wheelchair and she started crying. She started talking about the fact that she wants to be the one to run and play with her daughter. She talks about how she's been selfish. You know, she let depression take over, allowed her to get that big. She's just sad, which I understand, right? I completely understand, because when you think about stuff in hindsight, it is so depressing. Y'all cannot even imagine how many times I've sat on the side of the bed. I've sat and I've stood in the shower and I just cried. I've looked in the mirror just crying at my big body, thinking to myself, there's no way that I can lose this weight. There's no way, like how big I am, there is no way. I'm telling y'all, there is so many heavy people that has let themselves get so big and they're just like, you know what? This is my life, because there's no way that I can lose this weight, right? So many of us have thought that.
And I hate to bring it up right now, Jazz. Are you feeling like you want to keep taking this shot? You know, like, and I get that it helps, and I get the great benefit behind it, but that stuff is dangerous.
But I don't think it's affecting her muscles, you know?
Because ever since she been on it, she feels a decline.
They go on to talk about the shot, right? I'm assuming it's Ozempic or one of the GLP-1s. She's talking about how she's worse off now that she's on the shot, right? And Nesha asks her, you know, do you think, I understand that the shot is being, you know, is helping you lose the weight, but it seems like the shot is making, she was saying, you know, it seems like the shot is making you worse than you were, right? She's having like just aches and pains. She's hurting. Of course, she's sad. To me, she looks sad. She looks tired all the time. She can't really move. They talk about how she's always falling. So to be, what I think, based on what I see so far, I think it's her lack of food. I think the fact that the shot has took her appetite away, she's not forcing herself to eat, which means that she's not getting protein. She's not getting any nutrients at all, and she's deteriorating. I think that's what it boils down to. So yeah, okay, the shot is the initial cause, but she has to eat. Based on what I'm seeing so far, she's not eating at all. Like, just imagine that. I mean, she's double this weight, but just imagine a 250 pound person going, and I don't know if they're exaggerating it, but just imagine a 200 pound person eating 2 bites of food and they're full and that's all they eat every single day. So just imagine a 600 pound person doing that. Yeah, they're deteriorating. I don't know, you know, I'm not a doctor, but yeah, I feel like that's the reason why, just lack of food is the reason why she looks so tired and she's always hurting.
And just be more mobile.
I was able to get my big ass up. I was able to walk out the house. I was able to crawl my fat ass to the car. I was able to
Stop acting like you was crawling.
But I did.
You was not crawling.
Yes, I did.
I wasn't not gonna let you just crawl.
I had to crawl in your little ass car, and I want to go back home.
No,
I physically don't want to walk in this store.
So Jazz and Nesha is on their way to a furniture store, and of course Jazz is having a terrible time getting into this car. I am curious though as to when did Nesha purchase this car? Because, you know, most of us, we don't get that big overnight. You know, that was years. It took her years to get that way. And as well as Jazz, and her and Jazz has been friends for a very, very long time. So I'm confused as to, I want to know when she purchased this car. Like, did she look towards the future? I don't know. I'm curious though, because Jazz was stuffed in that car, okay? Her foot, her leg was in the passenger seat, okay? So I'm just so confused. And I'm confused as to, is this how they always get around? And if this is how they always get around, what's the problem? the theatrics, because I think this is their only car. Girl, squeeze in this car like you do every day and let's go. Somebody had to crawl in the car. Child, sit down, Jazz.
So got me in this big ass store. It's nice.
Oh my God.
Hell no. Well, I'm not rolling your ass around this store. I didn't expect it to be that big. It really looked like it's the size of a football field or 2 or 3.
So I'm kind of on Jazz's side. You know, Jazz is super heavy and, you know, she knows the capabilities. She knows that she can't walk a half a football field or whatever. She knows she can't do that. So I don't know why Niche thought that she would bring her to this big box store and expect her to walk around the store. But either way, you know, it is what it is. At least Jazz is getting out the house, because I know that was a problem where, you know, they were talking about she never wants to leave the house. She's a hermit, but at least she is getting out the house. So that little exercise she is getting is going to be helpful. Now, a key.
You guys got snacks here? I went to this other furniture store one time. They had like a snow cone machine, like a popcorn.
Nothing directly comes to mind. I can always ask.
Cause you know, you be up in here like walking around, so you gotta work up a little appetite. It gives you something to do while you searching.
Cause Niche is always gonna find a way to ask for some food. And you know what? It's so funny because she's in the big box store asking him, y'all ain't got no popcorn, nachos. Yo, that was so funny to me. I kiki because I've done that. And it just so happened that they had popcorn. I think I was at Haverty's, maybe? Haverty's or what is it? Rooms to Go? One of them. So they do be having, like, she's not far off. They do be having those machines. But the fact that you walked in these folks' store, girl, your friend can barely walk. You're clearly massively overweight and you're asking for snacks. See, that's why they doing you like that. That is why they doing y'all like that. That's why every time a scene open up, they just showing food. Jesus. So the salesman take Niche to the back of the store, and of course she's complaining about walking back and forth, and she's still talking about her snack. So yeah, I guess at this point they said, like, we've shown Jazz breakdown too many times, so we just not gonna show this breakdown. But if you look at Jazz's face in this scene at the furniture store, around 20 minutes exactly, if you look at her face, you can see her whole face just has tear drips down it.
You got me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we
tear drips down it. So I don't know. I guess she may have gotten upset about not being able to walk. And I'm just assuming now. But all I'm saying is, look at, if you see that scene, look at this. Well, I'm going to put it in the video. So they left the furniture store without a bed, and Jazz said that she would just get one online. So Niche has a little dinner date with one of their mutual friends, and she left Jazz at the house because she says Jazz takes up most of her time taking care of Jazz, and she needed a break with some friends. And she also talks about, you know, how they've been eating healthy and all of that, but now she needs a fatty snack, a fatty meal, and she's met up with one of their mutual friends. Now, I will say this, when she was saying that before they showed the scene of the friend, I knew exactly how the friend would look in my head. Like I told you, we tend to hang out with people that are similar to us.
Break. I'm happy that we're both eating healthier, but sometimes I just still love a good fatty meal. So I hit up my homegirl Bree because she likes food just like me. Hi, Pooh. How are you?
Hey.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, it's so good to see you.
I need a drink.
So Nisha's having a conversation with her and Jazz's mutual friend about how basically their connection is going. Food is their connection, y'all, period. Okay? And she misses being able to bond with her friend over food. I've talked about this a little bit ago. You know, she went on to talk about how in the Black community, food is love. That's how we bond over food, right? So I'm wondering, is that what's going to make them fall apart? Not like they're going to dislike each other, but when you don't have that common thing in common anymore, I wonder if that is what's going to lead them apart. Because what could eventually happen is Jazz might see that her relationship with Nisha is unhealthy, right? And she might move out, or she might say, you know, maybe I just need to get, you know, an apartment in the same building. Something like that could completely pull them apart and they wouldn't even be friends anymore. They would see each other in passing. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying that when you build a relationship on something like food or something like that, that can eventually be the thing that tears your relationship apart.
Just seeing her be sick and not being able to finish a meal, it's like, what? I miss my friend, you know, like I miss my food buddy.
I could understand like struggling with that because it's like y'all always ate good food, y'all bonded with that, and then it's like now she don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, but it's technically it's not her fault. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the medicine is making her.
Right. Nisha and Jazz are both my friends, but I really want to be here in this time to support Nisha because I have struggled with my weight since I was in like the 5th grade. I love to eat.
So I am kind of quite disappointed in Jazz and Nisha mutual friend. What's her name? Oh, I have to go back in and see what her name is. But I'm kind of disappointed in her. You know, she started a sentence off with saying, I need to be here for, and when I just knew she was gonna say Jazz, y'all. Fooled me. She said, I need to be here for Niche. If she wants me to be her fatty friend, then I would do that. If she needs to go out to eat once a week, I would do that. My family hates the fact that, you know, I eat so much. My family hates, she said she struggled with her weight loss, you know, throughout her life as well. So why would you help influence bad habits? Like your two friends live together. One of your friends is going through a whole weight loss thing. Why isn't your first response, girl, let's eat up? But like, y'all live together. Like, why aren't you taking advantage of all the things that's coming to Jazz? Like, that would be my response to my friend. Like, you and her live together. Y'all going on, like, look at the cameras, girl. Y'all going on this journey together. You want to lose weight too. You've expressed that. So why aren't you taking advantage of all the things Jazz is taking advantage of? Because at the end of the day, we know that the show is paying for a lot of this stuff. That's what I would have told my friend. But he just continue to be the fatty friend, right? And again, y'all, I would have ate the burrito too. But I'm going to motivate you to do better.
So, don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
But do you think that there might be like just a little hint of like jealousy? Because it's like, dang, like she's really doing it.
I mean, when she first started losing, it was just like, wow, you know, it's really working. And then I kind of went back and forth in my head, like, should I do it? Should I try it? Should I, you know, like get on it? Yes, I struggle with trying to balance, wanting to be healthy. I feel like if I lost weight, I wouldn't even know who I am.
Now, I do love the fact that their friend asked her, she asked Niche, was she jealous of Jazz and Jazz's journey? So I do appreciate that question because it did give us a little bit of insight on what Jazz's thought process is. So, you know, not Jazz, Niche, it did give us a little bit of insight of what Niche's thought process was. So the friend asked Niche if she's jealous of Jazz, you know, and her weight loss. And then Niche went on to say, you know, initially when it happened, I was like, dang, you know, it's working. Maybe I should try it. I went back and forth in my head about it. But I came to the conclusion that I wouldn't know myself if I wasn't fat. Hot dog. So when I heard her say that, I stopped and I paused for a moment. And I thought to myself, was my identity my fatness? And it never was. I can't relate to that. Because, baby, I wanted to not be fat every day that I was fat, okay? I'll say morbidly obese because I'm still fat. But morbidly obese. Every day, I wanted to be less morbidly obese. So I don't know what that means for Niche though. If her identity is in her fatness. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. She said you know, that's what it is. If she can't see herself any other way, that's a bit concerning because at the end of the day, she's still quite young. She's still very mobile. But as she gets older, that body is not going to be able to take that weight. So I hope she changes her mind about that. And I hope she realizes that her weight is not her identity.
Since I broke down at the park the other day, I've been feeling really low. So I have to call Dr. Nori because I really don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what's going on with my body. I've never felt like this before, and it just feels scary.
You gotta eat something, so I'm about to make you this turkey sandwich.
I'm not hungry.
Well, I don't care if you're hungry or not. You gotta eat.
Make yourself a sandwich.
Are you like not wanting to eat because you're worried about your weight goals? Is it because
So it looks like it's the next day and Niche is trying to get Jazz to eat a sandwich. And Jazz is just like, no, I'm not hungry. Still, she refusing food. And Niche makes a sandwich. She's like, you know, eat half. And Jazz is like, no. So my thought process behind that is I'm on Niche's side with that. Niche lives with her. And if Niche is any other time, be like, girl, stop trying to feed a big person, right? But if Niche saying like just eat half of the sandwich, I do feel like Jazz is just not eating. So Jazz is getting ready for her virtual appointment with her doctor.
I've told you this before. It is very important for you to take your protein and your protein supplements. You need that energy so you can, you can move about, you can do your things. At this point, I highly recommend that you take a break from the shots to give your body an opportunity to replenish those nutrients.
I don't know. I really don't want to have to stop taking this shot because if I stop taking this shot, I'm not going to be losing the weight that I need to lose.
If you don't take your protein, your muscles will break down and your body will not be able to support your weight. And if you continue down this path, these symptoms will get worse and you will not be able to even walk in the future. And you'll be in a lot of trouble.
And she gets on the call and she talks to her doctor and I get a little bit more insight. So she tells her doctor that about her hurting and all of that. And she tells her doctor that she is not taking her protein supplement. She is not eating her protein and she eats once a day. Girl, you're going to lose all that weight and be bedbound. You're going to be 200 pounds and bedbound. That's crazy. The thought of, I hope and pray she get it together, because you need your nutrients, you need your protein, you need it. Or your body will break down, your muscles will break down, and she's still so heavy. I can see why she can't walk. So, or barely can walk. So the doctor tells her that she wants her off of the drug, right? She wants her to get off of the GLP-1s for a little while and allow her body to recover. And of course, Jazz's first response, her first thing is like, if I get off of this, I'm gonna gain weight. Like, if I get off, I'm gonna gain weight. And I completely understand where she's coming from. But I don't know, I think she should have a little bit more confidence in herself. Clearly, she's been at this, I guess, a couple of months now. Maybe a month or two. And I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know how that shot works. I feel like if she got off of it a couple of weeks, like, will she automatically like gain so much weight back in a couple of weeks? Only if she goes back to the way she was eating. But would she do that? I don't know. What was I saying? So her doctor told her she wanted her off the GLP-1s for a little while so that her body can recover. And Jazz is just like, no, I don't want to do that, because if I do that, I'm going to gain the weight back. I wish that Jazz had a little bit more confidence and motivation and, I don't know, just all the patience, right? To be able to come off the shot and not indulge herself in food. But clearly she feels like she still can't handle her appetite right now. So Jazz go ahead and purchase a bed offline. So they asked Joel to come over to put the bed together. Okay, so we get a little bit more of Joel. You know, they all go back and forth with the Kikis. Niche and Joel is flirting and all the things. Niche did something to me that lets me know that she cared, like instantly. I knew that she cared more than just a jump off. So Jazz was, you know, picking with him, where you been? And Niche took her finger and put it right here to see was he lying. Of course, it was joking, but that lets me know, why are you checking if he lying? Clearly, you know that you ain't the only one.
Did you call your situationship?
Yes, I called Joel.
The furniture store was a bust. We ended up just ordering a bed online for Nana. And Nesha convinced Joe to come over and put it together. I'm thankful that the bed is getting put together, but their whole little relationship is weird.
Hi.
What's up? How are you?
Okay. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. So what I got to put together?
Go look.
So I went over to help the ladies today with a special project, but every time I come over here, they never give me all of the details. It's like, oh, there's not much to do, and it ends up being 2 or 3 times more stuff than what they say it is. But I usually end up getting some food out of it every once in a while if I don't get in trouble.
Where you been at?
I've been working.
You been working what, Joe?
Who you been working?
Who you been working, Joe?
Whoa, calm down. Whoa. I didn't come over here for this.
Who you been working,
Who you
Joe?
been working?
So anyway, again, it's a lot of bantering, a lot of flirting, all of that in this scene. Really nothing that really stood out.
You know that song, Don't Save Her? She don't want to... I don't want to be saved. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have to be in a relationship. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Niche, I see the lie through your smile. Until Jazz pretty much asked her, why haven't you and Joel went out on a date yet? And Niche, if Niche didn't care and she was okay with the jump off, because if I'm okay, if somebody asked me that about my jump off all them years ago, I would have been like, because I don't want to go out on no date. I don't like him like that. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't even really want to sit down and talk for real to you. Okay? Do what you kind of do, Jigga, and go on about your business, okay?
Do you want to go out on a date, or do you just want to get,
You have to ask him why we haven't been on a date. I'm not gonna ask no grown man to take me out on a date like that.
So the fact that her response was, I'm not gonna ask a man out on a date. You should ask Joel why we haven't been on a date. That lets me know she likes him and she wants a relationship with him. She wants a relationship with him. I knew that. I could tell.
His ass is over here right now doing that only because he wants some food and then he gonna want some zud. No, he ain't gonna go on about his life. I want you to have somebody that shows you and shows out. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying like materialistic things or anything like that, but love on you. And I don't want it to be a situation to where 20 more years come and it's the same thing going on.
I'm sorry, I unpaused this. So, Jazz went on to tell her that the only reason why he's here is to eat some food and get some cooch. That's it. And of course, Nesha's like, girl, child, please. Please.
Ask him what you asked me.
When you taking her on a date?
I'm going to finish this up.
When you taking her on a date?
I'm going to finish.
Where the data profile apps?
Hold up, wait a minute. So Joel walks in the kitchen asking for some water, and Jazz asks him, well, first off, Nesha initiated, ask him. And Jazz say, why haven't you and Nesha went out on a date yet? And he say, huh? Why haven't you and Nesha went off on a date yet? And he just started mumbling stuff and walk off. And then Nesha and Jazz look at each other, and then Nisha's like, you see? Girl, immediately, he would put that bag together. I would get that man a McDonald's meal, and he would be out of there. He would have no more access to my nookie. Do you know how many men out there want your nookie, Nesha? Girl. And you fooling around with somebody that don't even want to take you out for a burger.
Open. You love it?
Yes.
How much you love it? What is that?
A bed.
So they completed putting the bed together, and it was so beautiful, and I love her daughter's reaction. They ended that scene, y'all. They did not revisit Joel staying the night and getting his food and nookie. Y'all think he got it? I think he got it.
For her to kind of like lift her spirits and feel a little better about what's going on.
Oh, Lord. How y'all doing? I'm good. I need all y'all to make me a promise.
Yeah. What?
Don't get fat.
Not too late. We didn't been there, done that.
Right, hello.
So Nesha takes Jazz out to a girls' dinner with most of their girlfriends, and no shade, y'all, but most of their girls are on the heavier side. And Jazz did make a joke and say, y'all do me a favor, never get fat. And Nesha's like, too late. That was funny to me.
Need an order over here?
Yes,
We'll come back to that question though. We'll come back to that question though. Let's start. Let's see how much food she wastes today.
Okay, I could take a bite of an enchilada or something.
I don't want you to take a bite. I need you to finish your food. We're not kids.
So once again, Nesha is calling Jazz out for not eating. She said, I could get me a bite of enchilada, girl. Get it together. And then she goes on talking about she's not supposed to be eating that much. Girl, you not eating at all. Like, that's not the way to go. What is happening? Dang. I'm interested now about this Ozempic. So y'all, because Jazz isn't eating, Nesha told her she cannot wait to put her out the big girl club, y'all. And as she was telling her that, Jazz's stomach growled so loud. It was heard in Tokyo. Girl, Jazz, you gotta eat.
And let me do me.
I can't wait to kick you out the big girl club. God dang!
You hungry?
So as they continue to talk to their girls, clearly Joel has been in the picture a very long time because everybody know about Joel and everyone asked about Joel. Prompted by the producers, might I add, in my opinion. But they all asked about Joel. So they all seem to be pretty familiar with him. They went on to talk about how he is the one that's stopping Nesha from finding her forever. And from what I see, I won't say he's the whole problem, but I would say she's comfortable. Yeah, she's not even on dating sites or anything. So that's interesting.
It's time for you to get some new meat.
I'm open to it. It's not like I'm not open to it.
Listen, okay, we all have that one guy that we really, really, hold dear to our heart. We know that that guy for Nesha is Joel. I do think it's probably keeping her from finding her real man.
You be on like dating websites?
Listen, I got a couple, I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'll be swiping on there. Listen, we can make you one right now.
So as they're setting up Nesha's profile, she asked them, should she put up headshots or full body shots? Now, initially, just like everyone else was saying, girl, full body shots? Of course. Of course. So initially, my response is, of course, you got to put up full body shots. I don't know if I ever told y'all this story, and I'm not even going to dive too deep off into it now. But I had a friend, she was a plus-size girl. She used to go on dating sites and put up only headshots or fake pictures. And she really would let guys come to her house and meet her. And they trashed her every time. In her face. Every time. Never do that to yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever do that to yourself. Never put up fake pictures, especially if you if you just catfish and do it, that's a different conversation. But if you're actually looking for someone, I truly believe in the saying, there's someone out there for everyone. I truly believe that. Put your authentic self out there. Always, always, always put your authentic self out there. And the right person will come along. Never, 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 never catfish someone. Don't ever, ever do that. Don't ever do that. That you could put yourself in harm's way when you do that. So many things can go awry when you do that. So of course that was my initial reaction, but then, she goes on to talk about like attracting weirdos and things like that. And that is true. So even though you want, if you're on a dating site as a plus size woman, a super plus size woman, you want someone that is attracted to you and like you for you, but you also have to be very, very careful because there are men out there that have, feeder fetishes or just big girl fetishes, period, across the board. So if you fall in love with someone like that and you're ever in a position where you want to lose weight or anything like that, they could try to prevent you from losing weight, try to bring back bad foods in the house, just do things to prevent you from losing weight. So you want to be with someone that likes you for you, right? But you never want to be with someone that fetishizes you. I know it can be cute at first and all of this, but it always goes
cute pictures.
Should I use this picture?
Oh, that's cute. I like the butterflies.
Thank you.
Or this one.
Too much?
You was gripping titties.
Should I use this one?
You a hoe.
It's giving Barbie.
Them strings ain't working.
They almost busted.
So Nesha is creating her profile and she's picking out her pictures. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Her pictures looked a baddie. She was a fat baddie, okay? Especially the one with the little like floral dress. I thought that was a nice picture. And then she was putting on a pink wig. That wasn't it, Nesha. But I do like the fact that she put up full body shots. because that's what you want to do. You don't want to catfish anyone. So as Shanice is talking, I look at Jazz and I'm like, huh. So all of a sudden, what I saw, everyone else saw, she was completely out of it. Like she was just blacked out, blank, gone, no longer there, not breathing out, nothing. And I'm panicking, they panicking, what is happening?
And find me somebody that's more consistent. So I want to take me a little cute picture from my dating profile. Holla at me.
Jazz, you okay? Jazz?
I gotta get up because I don't know what's going on and I'm getting nervous. So I'm kind of having...
You know, so she eventually was able to ask them to get her a protein shake. Once she got that in her system, she came to someone. They stated that she was treated on site by their, I guess, paramedic or doctor, but they told her she has to go to the hospital. So the next day she was getting ready. Well, she went to the hospital. As her and as, hold on, did I say Niche? I hope I said Jazz. So this all happened to Jazz. So as Niche is, you know, driving her to the hospital, she's talking about how much pain she's in. Like, she's freaking out, panicking about how much pain she is. She really wants to get to the hospital, but she's also concerned. Jazz is also concerned that the doctor is going to take tests and find something that they're going to tell her she can no longer take the shot. So I get the feeling she feels like that without this shot, she's not going to lose the weight. Even now, she still can't do it by herself. And she really wants to continue to take the shot, even though from the outside looking in, it looks like the shot is doing more harm than it is helping her, because she is not following the regimen. She's not taking her protein. She's not doing what she's supposed to do in order for the shot to be effective. So, what is it called? A catch-22? I don't know, but I feel like, you know, she was killing herself by overeating and continuing to get, you know, really big. And now she's killing herself trying to lose weight. Like, baby, we have to find balance. But this is kind of how people that have an addictive personality, they tend to overdo things like that. One way or the other. It doesn't matter. Whatever they're doing, they tend to overdo it. It's just a part of the personality, not trying to diagnose, just with my experience. So that is it for episode 3 of 1,000 Pound Roomies. I'm about to run downstairs, give me some water and give me a snack, you guys, and come back up here and try to film the next episode. We learned so much in this episode, like so much insight into their lives. So I'm excited to go to the 4th episode. So y'all, do not forget to go right up under the video and you should see like hype with some stars. Click on that, and also thumbs the video up, comment, do all of those things. And if you're not subscribed, be sure you are subscribed before you go. And thank y'all so very much for supporting me. Thank y'all so very much for the super chats and just the acknowledgement. Thank you so very much to my subscribers on Facebook, all of that. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to support me. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.